Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Neev Ahuja. I represent ETP International. We are an omni-channel retail software solutions company based out of Singapore with operations across about 22 countries and experience of about 25 years in the industry. I, like ETP, also am a little more than 25 years old, and I represent the new generation of our company. What I want to talk to you about today is the new generation of customer, right? I want to talk to you about how we choose to shop, how you can address, as retailers, how you can address this customer group. And so without further ado, let me just step straight into it, right? So I have a slide here that represents a couple of statistics. So what you can see here is 67% of Generation Z shoppers shop in a brick-and-mortar store most of the time, with another 31% shopping in brick-and-mortar stores sometimes. Now, what this indicates is that 98% of Gen Z shop in a store at least some of the time. Furthermore, looking at this slide, for some reason it's not coming across properly, but what this slide was representing basically is that despite the younger generation choosing to spend their time researching products online and understanding the market online, they will still choose to prefer to buy their products in store. Now, talking about the store and trying to understand the store is very important to the customer, and of course to you as the retailer. Right, so this graph here shows you a comparison between square footage of mall space versus population, giving you an idea of the amount of mall space per capita. So on this side of the graph, you'll see the United States a little over 50 square feet of mall space per capita. Now, we hear a lot of stories and read a lot of articles about how malls are shutting down and stores are shutting down in the western part of the world. Now, this is purely because of the saturation of that market. There are too many stores and too much mall space in that side of the world for the amount of people actually shopping. On the contrary, looking at the other end of the graph, you will see that China and India actually have less than 5 square feet per person. This, combined with the concentration of the youth in this part of the world, can only mean one thing. Retail in Asia is going nowhere but upwards. Now, the question pops into your mind, how do we address this young generation of customers? How do we capture this market? Well, I have a solution for you, and the answer is omni-channel. Now, there are 5 key factors that contribute to omni-channel according to us at ETP. Click and deliver, click and collect, endless aisle, and possibly the most important, a unified view of the customer and a unified view of inventory. So click and deliver, very simple, cut and dry. A customer orders a product online, the retailer accepts it, pick, pack, ship, sent to the customer's desired address. Most retailers today are already doing this. Click and collect is where it gets a little more complicated. This is where you give the customer the option to purchase a product online and choose to pick it up in the store. Given today's younger generation, this is very much a preference, as it allows them the flexibility to come into the store, try on their products, see if they actually like them without having to commit to a purchase. This allows you, the retailer, to cross-sell, upsell, and further your in-store sales. In addition to this, with our detailed CRM system, you are really able to understand your customers. Regardless of where they register, you will have a unified view of the customer across all your retail channels, including your stores, as well as your omni-channels, as well as your other omni-channel lines like your e-commerces or your marketplaces. This allows you to understand the customer before their arrival and plan what kind of goods you're going to cross and upsell them on. Furthermore, we have the endless aisle functionality. Now, what endless aisle means is that you have a unified view of inventory across all channels. Now, most companies are already doing this, but we take it one step further. Now, say a customer comes into your store and asks to buy a product which is not available, out of stock, or whatever the reason may be. Most cases, you're turning the customer away, sending them to another store nearby. However, with our endless aisle functionality, you can now not only look up the store, the inventory at nearby stores or stores in another city, but also place an order for that customer at that exact point in time, so the customer can have it delivered to their house, to another store, or have it delivered to the store they're currently in to pick up later, allowing them options for payment either now or on delivery. So, to summarize, our ETP omnichannel solution will allow you to better understand your customer, close on transactions that would have otherwise forced your customer into another store or had the customer leave without what they wanted, as well as increase in-store sales through cross-selling and upselling via the omnichannel suite. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this has been informative. If you have any questions, queries, or doubts, please feel free to find me. I will be here today and tomorrow. And more importantly, please visit our booth opposite the Grand Ballroom, where we can actually show you the entire omnichannel flow and demonstrate how we kind of perform this in store. Thank you.